It is 11 o'clock. Welcome back. It's hour number 2 of Three-Man Front. Pat Landrum, Molly Conrad with you until 2 o'clock. We will talk to Rodney Orr from Tider Insider momentarily. Rob Pate, former Auburn DB, at 11:45. Brett Noseworthy, WHBQ Radio, Ole Miss Radio Network. He'll join the program at 12:30. At 1 o'clock, Horns 247's Eric Henry. He'll be in Athens, Georgia, coming up this weekend as the Texas Longhorns, they try to keep their college football playoff hopes alive. You know, I was thinking about this driving into work this morning, Landrum, and to me, you might have a different opinion, but Alabama, Texas, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M, if all four of those teams win their home games this weekend, I think they are solid, locked in. They're going to the college football playoff no matter what happens the rest of the way. I think those four teams, if they get 4 home wins, they're in.
Yeah, because even though Texas has work left to do, I mean, they all do, but a win over Georgia on the road?
Yeah, I'm saying the home teams.
The home teams.
If the home teams win, the home teams win.
Texas was not included in that.
No.
All right.
So you got A&M.
Yep.
Win there. Ole Miss win.
Yep.
Georgia, and of course Alabama.
No,
those 4 teams.
Yeah.
I think you can go ahead and lock it in. Those 4 teams, and there may be more going to the college football playoff.
But so I misunderstood what you were saying, but if Texas beats Georgia on the road, does Texas have to beat Texas A&M?
That's a legitimate conversation. I'd love to ask Mac Rhodes that question next Tuesday night.
We might have time. Hey, Mac, what are you doing? Just sitting here on the porch.
Yeah. Let me Zoom call you.
What you want to know?
Yeah. Joining us now from Tider Insider. Man, his message boards, I'm sure, was very quiet during that game the other night against LSU. Rodney Orr joins us. Hey, Rodney.
How's it going, guys?
We're living the dream, brother. Living the dream.
I know you are.
All right. So any nervousness in the press box? Did you see Conrad pacing a lot during the first half of the LSU game?
No, actually did not see that. The only time I really saw Conrad was we were watching the end of the Auburn game. I think it was. Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were going to say he like pushed you in line to get to the front to get the free hot dogs at halftime.
Nobody's pushing.
I understand.
They try to paint me in this negative light every week, Rodney.
Rodney, hey, listen, Rodney and I communicate privately. He tells me that you mind your P's and Q's, and I appreciate it.
Rodney deals with thousands of you, Conrad, every day.
Touche.
I think he did wear some sandals a couple of weeks ago. You guys told me to report back.
Oh, now hold on a second. That opens up a whole – seriously? You wore open-toe shoes to a press box?
I did one game, yeah. It was hot outside.
Unbelievable. Unreal.
Dang it.
It was
I
hot.
thought you were going
Conrad.
We'll have this conversation.
Thank you, Rodney, for letting us know.
Yes.
Sorry about that, Conrad.
No, we'll address this later on.
Yeah, we'll take him behind the woodshed. All right, let's talk about what you saw in the LSU game. Once again, the running game, a bit of a problem. Does that concern you moving forward, especially against Oklahoma?
Well, I think it always has to concern you when you're one-dimensional. I mean, because that's really what Alabama's been. And actually the passing game's been out of rhythm too. So it's not been really pretty the last couple of games against South Carolina and then LSU. Missed some opportunities, but we're really close on some big plays. And I said in the Inside the Five, our preview last week, that it was going to be extremely important for Alabama to get back in that rhythm throwing the football because that's what they not only do best, but they just simply do not have a running game. And yes, it is a concern. And eventually you think that somebody's going to expose you, and it certainly could be Oklahoma. We know how good they are defensively, although the last 2 games, they haven't been that great. I think they've given up close to 900 yards. And I know that Joey Aguilar really lit them up for right at 400 yards in the last game. And so I think in talking to my Oklahoma people, and they agree with this, if Alabama, if the offensive line can protect Ty, give him a little bit of time, which that's a vaunted Oklahoma pass rush now. They've got 33 sacks on the year. But if they can protect Ty, then I think he's going to have some opportunities for some big plays.
Well, in the passing game, in that that same spirit, Rodney, the tight ends, what Oklahoma does defensively, do you see maybe an opportunity for Ryan Grubb to continue and even more so this week, utilize the tight end and do it in different ways?
I've certainly thought so and think so. Again, Cuevas has been really good. Had a big game in this last game. I think he and Caleb Edwards could have some opportunities. And I've wondered the same thing, Landrum, if maybe we might see more of those two in this game.
All right, let's talk about Quay Russaw because all of a sudden his name pops up on the availability report last night. Are we still a couple weeks away, you think, Rodney, of him actually getting on the field and being a contributor? Because all indications are he has made just an incredible comeback, and Kalen DeBoer is even talking about him on his coach's show last night.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% sure, obviously, but I do think it may be not this week. I know he's listed as questionable. It's the last I saw. So I do think it'll be a little bit later, as we move down maybe the stretch. I don't know if Auburn would be the game or which one exactly, but yeah, it does sound like it'll be a little later. But, man, what about Yanze Pierre? He's done a fantastic job. I mean, he has really come on, with Russaw being out. I also like the young player Noah Carter, the redshirt freshman, number 24. He's doing a really good job. You can see the potential that he has. So those guys have really stepped up, with Russaw down.
How much of a threat, Rodney, do you view John Mateer in this Oklahoma offense? Because we talked a lot about Mateer, Ben Arbuckle coming in the offseason and expecting it to be that. But the narrative of this Oklahoma team has been the defensive side of the ball and not much buzz about the offense. What do you think maybe the biggest challenges that offense for Oklahoma poses to Kane Womack's defense on Saturday?
Well, look, Mateer is capable. There's no doubt about it. He has not had a great year. He's got 8 touchdown passes, 7 interceptions. Of course, he's been injured. He's had some injuries that have probably set him back and kept him from reaching what his potential. But they certainly are explosive. They've got some guys on the outside that can make some plays. They can be really dangerous throwing the football. Now, with that said, and they may start two freshman tackles. Offensive tackles. They played with these guys some, and they're getting better and better. And their offensive line is improving in terms of the run game. Xavier Robinson, a 6 foot, 230-pound sledgehammer type running back, who had over 100 yards against Alabama last year. He's really come on the last 2 weeks. Their run game has picked it up. He ran for 109 on 9 carries against Ole Miss. He came back with 115 against Tennessee. So they're feeling really good about that run game. They think, talking to my Oklahoma people, that, they can come in here and potentially establish the run against Alabama. Don't think Alabama's that great, run defense. So you might see them lean a little bit more on Xavier Robinson in this game and then, work from there with Mateer. But, we'll see. We'll see. They're certainly capable of being explosive.
Rodney Orr from Tider Insider joins us every Thursday here on Three Man Front. So you just mentioned the offense. Just seems like it just has not, especially the passing game, has just not been clicking the last 2 games. Can you put your finger on the potential issue here, or is it just the fact that you played 2 really good teams with defense? I'm not saying that overall they were not the best of teams, being LSU and South Carolina, but still, defensively speaking, those 2 teams got some dudes.
They do. They really do. And I think they did a really good job of, getting pressure on Ty, kind of getting him off his mark. And again, I think sometimes when you get those 3rd and 8 and 9 situations, those are tough to overcome on a consistent basis. And, Alabama's run the ball on early downs, and they haven't gotten much, and it's put Ty in difficult situations to have to overcome. And then also, I think, too, especially it was South Carolina. You were without Latsier Brooks in that game, and you had some injuries. Ryan didn't play his best. Isaiah Horton went down, and so they're kind of just now, I think, maybe getting back the receivers to full speed. I think that could be really, certainly an advantage or helpful to Alabama's situation there. But I think a lot of things have contributed to it, but it's just the pressure, I think, that right now that they've gotten on Ty. And But I do think the experiences that they've had in those two games could really be helpful because, look, Venables loves to bring pressure. You guys know that. They have 33 sacks, as I mentioned. They're loaded up front. Todd Bates, former Alabama player, has done a fantastic job with their defensive front, and they've got a lot of guys that can bring the heat.
Conrad seems like he's carrying a lot of confidence heading into this matchup with Oklahoma. Do you share the same confidence when you look at the matchup?
I feel good, really good about Alabama. I think I don't know. Maybe this sounds weird. I think that maybe obviously I thought the South Carolina game was just, you'd gone through a gauntlet. You were tired. You were gassed. You needed a week off. They got the week off. They come back against LSU, and maybe they didn't play great. But I think sometimes having some things to work on in a game that you win that maybe you didn't play your best. I think this team has a lot of leadership, and I think they'll take that and use that as motivation for this game. I really kind of think Alabama's going to come out and play one of their better games, and I really like the way the defense is. Yeah, again, LSU wasn't great offensively, but they held them to 232 yards, did a fantastic job, tackled extremely well. I thought they played with as much energy, passion, confidence as I've seen maybe a Womack defense play with since he's been here. And again, I understand LSU struggles offensively, but I really like what I see from this defense. And it'll be interesting to see if they carry that over this week against Oklahoma.
All right, Rodney, had a lot of visitors talking about recruits in the building last Saturday night against LSU. What can you tell us? What kind of intel is Bama holding firm on what they have, and what does it look like in regards to these guys that showed up last week?
Yeah, I think maybe right now it sounds like the only guy that may be kind of shaky is Brian Williams Jr., the wide receiver from down in Florida. He may end up somewhere else, maybe South Florida, somewhere else. But they've got a guy I think that they might be, in line to flip. Samson Gash, who was here. He's the son of Sam Gash. You may remember the former Penn State running back, played in the NFL. Samson's one of maybe the fastest high school player in the history of the state of Michigan. Outstanding wide receiver. He's committed to Michigan State. There's a lot of buzz right now that he may flip to Alabama. We'll see. So I'd keep an eye on that. But yes, I think overall, again, they had most of their top commits for 2026 were here. I think all of those guys are pretty much solid. And I think you'll see them coming back this weekend as well. I think just looking at the 2027 players that they brought in, I think they had like 5 or 6 guys that were considered by one service or another as 5-star rated players, and pretty impressive group. And right now people are talking about Elijah Haven, the number 1 quarterback, or according to some, in the 2027 class from Baton Rouge, is leaning Alabama's direction, supposedly going to make an announcement in January, maybe sooner, and that Alabama's kind of the team to beat right now. But look, LSU's in a coaching search, and that could impact everything. So we'll see there, but just they had several 5-stars here. Matthew Hiller out of Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Now some people are projecting him to Alabama. He's 5-star offensive lineman that people think maybe the number 1 offensive lineman in this class. But again, Penn State's in a coaching change. You never know what could happen, who they bring in, and things could be impacted there. So, but overall, yes, a very impressive group of 2027 kids that they're in on early and have positioned themselves really well for.
All right, Rodney, before we let you go, it's kind of customary, our final few seconds with you. You kind of give us a rundown and a pick for this weekend's Alabama game.
Yeah, I've kind of got a little bit, what would you say? After my pick with South Carolina, I'm becoming more conservative here.
Okay.
So I've got this one. I went Alabama by a touchdown, 27-20.
Okay, well that's
a cover.
That covers. So for those that may be interested in that, then that is absolutely a Bama cover. So.
What do you guys have it?
Conrad's got it like 53-12, something like that. Alabama over Oklahoma.
Yeah,
no, I'm
4
just
field
kidding.
goals.
We believe that Alabama will play one of its best games this year. We think that's what we think.
Alabama by a touchdown or more, Rodney.
Yeah.
It's like I'm 7 to 10 points, somewhere in there.
Yeah, that feels good.
Yeah. Well, hey, be a big win.
Hey,
be a big win. It would set Alabama up perfectly.
Yeah, I know it would set them up for the college football playoff and give them some options going into not only the Iron Bowl, but potentially the college, the SEC championship game as well. So we'll see. Rodney, always a pleasure. Good luck with the message boards this weekend, and keep Conrad in line this Saturday.
Yep. Step on his toes the next time he wears open-toed shoes.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll report back to you.
Please do.
And let you know.
Please do.
Thanks, Rodney.
Thanks, Rodney. Appreciate it very much.
You guys take care.
Thank you so much. One of the best in the business. Such a great guy. Rodney Orr joins us every Thursday on the Higginbotham Hotline. It's your one-source solution for insurance, financial, and HR services.
Well, the best place to enjoy sports and music. There's no better place than the Finnick. It's your front row seat to the best entertainment. They got massive screens, video boards everywhere, explosive sound with a state-of-the-art sound system. Every seat in the house, the experience is bigger, brighter, and bolder. They have a great new restaurant menu there at the Finnick. Wings that win MVPs and wood-fire grilled burgers stacked like your favorite fantasy team. Steaks cut in-house and delicious fresh Gulf seafood as well. Don't forget about the great beverage options that they have there at the Finnick. 5:30 to 8, you're going to get acoustic music. That means this afternoon, but also you get live bands starting at 10 o'clock on Fridays, and then Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays, all dedicated to football. That's right. The NFL, college football tonight. You can watch a college game. You got Troy taking on ODU, the Jets and the Patriots. Enjoy it all there at the Finnick, 1630 2nd Avenue South near Railroad Park.
Well, there's a Big Ten person on social media that basically says the SEC is very mediocre. Matter of fact, comparing Big Ten teams to SEC teams. We'll get into that next and what he had to say about our terrible conference next on Three Man Front. Oh, the hate has already begun from Big Ten country. Those people hate us.
No, you hate what you can't have.
That's right. Just face it. You don't play good football up there. We do.
You jelly that it's going up to 73 today here.
We got like 8 teams that potentially is going to make the college football playoff out of the 12. They're jealous.
Yeah, they are.
All they are. Jealous. So there's this individual on Twitter. His name is John J.R. Rhodes. He goes by @JRS_rankings. And I heard on the Damian Mitchell show this morning with special guest Conrad Van Order.
By the way, I checked out that show this morning. That Damian is fantastic.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yes. Who was the other guy that was
Special guest was Conrad Van Order.
Who?
It's say it again. Conrad
Van Order. It's
Van
Dutch.
Order. It is Dutch.
Van Order's Dutch.
I mistaken it for German one time.
No, it's Dutch.
I was quickly corrected.
No. That's why he wears those wooden shoes around the office. Does a lot of clogging.
Oh, you mean the Ryan Williams shoes?
And he's powered by a windmill at home.
Don't try to take away from what we're talking about.
Pat's mad because me and Ryan Williams wear the same shoes.
Really?
I saw a picture of Ryan Williams wearing the exact same shoes that everyone in Atlanta was making fun of Conrad. So now,
Well,
since
remember, I
Ryan
sent you the
Williams-
picture of the dad that
Yeah.
was down at Universal wearing the same shoes as
So
Conrad.
now Ryan Williams and Conrad. So now Conrad feels like he's been vindicated.
That's right.
I just don't think I'll ever be the same learning that he wore open-toed shoes into the press box.
Yeah,
I told him at least wax the top of your feet if you're going to
Please.
wear those.
Yeah, I've gotten some text
He's got
messages.
very
Get a
he's got
pedicure.
very hairy feet, Pat.
So see, now you and Ryan Williams, not only you guys wear the same type of shoes, but both of you drop passes when you're thrown to them. So you
Thank you, Pat.
have a lot in common with each other.
Apparently so. I don't paint my fingernails yet, though.
Yet?
But I see you coming into the office with a stuffed animal a lot of times
Well, you got to start the day off right.
as you get prepared for the show.
They wouldn't let him bring Pharaoh.
No.
That's his
That's right.
comfort animal.
That's right.
All right, let's get back on task here. This was our meeting this morning.
Okay,
We're
sorry.
talking about we need to be back on task. We go down these rabbit holes.
Yep.
So John J.R. Rhodes on Twitter, he posted the following: Big Ten teams that are better or close to the same as the top teams in the SEC, no one wants to talk about. He says that USC is equal to Georgia. He says Iowa is greater than Ole Miss. He proclaims Oregon is equal to Texas A&M. And then the final comparison, he said Michigan is greater than Texas. So do any of those you agree with? USC equal to Georgia, Iowa greater than Ole Miss, Oregon equal to Texas A&M, Michigan greater than Texas.
No.
Any of those?
No.
The only one, and it doesn't apply right now, but if we're looking back over the last couple years, the Oregon Texas A&M one, I think you can make an interesting argument there, right? They're both big brands, both haven't won a championship, but Oregon has had more success than Texas A&M. But right now, Texas A&M is a better team than Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's the only one that you could really even have a serious discussion on.
Iowa?
No, Iowa. That's
I mean, you're the Big Ten graduate. You tell us, is USC equal to Georgia?
I don't think so.
Is Iowa greater than Ole Miss?
No, those need to be flip-flopped. Less than.
Oregon equal to Texas A&M?
I mean, that one might be the most likely, but I still think Texas A&M is the better team.
I give the nod
Michigan
to Texas
greater than
A&M just because of
Texas.
the road wins that they've had.
How's Michigan greater than Texas when
Michigan beat Oklahoma. That beat
Correct.
that Texas
Transitive
beat.
property does not help Michigan in that one.
Who said this?
This is John J.R. Rhodes.
Oh, did you share who he is a beat writer for?
I did not. You can.
Illinois.
There it is.
Brett Bielema's mouthpiece.
Mm-hmm.
John J.R. Rhodes. So it got me thinking. On a neutral site, let's put point spreads on these games. Okay? USC and Georgia, neutral playing field. What do you got?
Georgia minus 6.5.
Yeah, I was like
Yeah.
7.5, 6, right around a touchdown.
I agree. Around that area, but absolutely. So again, according to this individual, he says they're both equal. So I guess he would think it would be a pick 'em or 1-2 point spread. But yeah, we got a touchdown. Iowa greater than Ole Miss. Now, this one is absolutely Ole Miss would be at least, in my opinion, a 12-point favorite.
See, I was saying 13.5.
I was going neutral. I would say home field, yes, more than that, but neutral probably 10.5.
Okay.
That's my favorite one. Yeah.
So where do you go? How many?
Like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that is the worst of
Oh,
all
that's
this
idiotic.
ridiculous.
And the only reason
Idiotic.
is because of Iowa's defense. I think they
Yeah.
could do some things to slow down Ole Miss.
Well, like the Oregon game last week, if you have to go play at Iowa and it's cold and it's rainy and it's a perfect situation for
Yeah.
Iowa, maybe they keep it around a touchdown.
Put them in a dome, it's a boat race. Lane Kiffin breaks the
they
scoreboard.
might, they might win by 30 if they play in a dome.
All right, Oregon and Texas A&M. This weekend on a neutral field, what's the point spread?
Ooh, I go Texas A&M by a frog here, so like 1.5.
I was gonna say like
Yeah.
2.5, 3.5.
Thinking 2.5.
I go field goal.
Okay.
I think A&M would be a field goal favorite.
Yeah.
And the final one, Michigan, according to this writer, is greater than Texas.
That's a pick 'em at the very best. That's a pick 'em. Otherwise, it's Texas minus another frog hair.
Yeah.
I'd go 3.5 for Texas, a little over a field goal.
So, yeah, if you're interested in some comedy from a Big Ten writer, John J.R. Rhodes, go follow him on Twitter at JRS_rankings.
And I will say this is a guy that I've seen a number of posts from him throughout the season.
Right on brand?
You're going to get a laugh. Oh, yeah. You're going to get some humor
Do
out
you
of him
think
every
he's
week.
doing it just to be satirical? Is he doing it just to get people like you ticked off? I mean, what's his, or does he really think this?
No, I think and that's what I was saying this morning on the Damian Mitchell show and Friends. I think like
Say it's catching on.
Yeah, it
he
is.
genuinely believes this, and I think a lot, and not just him. I think a lot of people that cover the Big Ten would all agree with that.
They subscribe
They
to that?
genuinely believe
So
that.
people
in their
like
heart of
Molly,
hearts. Correct.
that they just like, yes, they're like lined up like sheep to slaughter. Yes, Big Ten, Big Ten, Big Ten. Yes,
Correct.
yes,
Now,
yes,
if
yes.
Wow.
if it was Missouri we're talking about, then she would be on Missouri's side because she loves Mizzou.
I about to say I do love
That's why
Mizzou.
she's wearing
She
a black
loves
sweater
Mizzou.
today for
That's
Mizzou for
Well, I
Eli
gotta give some
Drinkwitz.
Yeah,
props
his
for the old
funeral.
Big 8.
Big 8 was a good
It
conference.
was. Yeah.
It was a really good conference.
That's why I like
But yeah, no, I
Mizzou.
genuinely think they believe these things.
Now, actually, Molly is not that way. I was embellishing. I don't like to use the term lie.
But I do love the Big Ten,
Yes.
and I always have.
No, you never use that one.
No, I don't use the word lie unless I'm talking about coaches.
Well-
I use the word embellish
Embellish.
when I'm talking about.
Molly, you should feel good because anytime Pat lies about you, he corrects it, but he doesn't correct it when he lies about me.
When have I lied
I'm
about
just
you?
different.
We don't have all
What time
day.
is it?
Don't have all day to go through that.
We roll on this Thursday. Love to hear from you on the text line 205-834-9450. This is 3-Man Front on Jocks. It is 11:33. Welcome back in. This is Three-Man Front on Jocks. Coming up in about 12 minutes, we'll talk to Rob Pate, former Auburn DB. Abide Roofing is raising the roof. Literally, Abide Roofing is giving one deserving homeowner a brand new roof completely free. This isn't a gimmick or a sales pitch. It's their way of saying thank you to the community that's trusted Abide with their homes. So here's how it works. First, fill out a quick form at abideroof.com. Look for a green bar at the top of the homepage. Nominate yourself or someone who deserves it. Then watch out for the winning announcement coming up next month. The value is up to a 30-square roof or roughly $13,000. Maybe it's someone who's fallen on hard times and can't afford repairs, or it's a single parent working 2 jobs just to make ends meet. Maybe it's a veteran, a first responder, or a teacher who's always giving back to others, or maybe it's that neighbor who volunteers for a local event, a true pillar of your community. Whoever it is, Abide Roofing, they want to hear your story. At Abide Roofing, they believe everyone deserves a safe, reliable roof over their head, and this is their way of giving back. So don't wait. Entries are now open. You can enter through December 12th, 2025. The winning announcement will come on December 19th, 2025. For complete details and to enter the free roofing getaway, that is abideroof.com.
Before we get back to your text, in case you missed it, the news there at the top of the show was Mack Rhodes has stepped down. He has taken a leave of absence from his job as AD at Baylor, but he is no longer serving as the chair of the College Football Playoff Committee.
Yes, and each and every week, speaking of the college football playoff and also the bowl situation, each and every week, Molly kind of puts pen to paper, gets into the Excel spreadsheet, kind of dusts off her old college analytics books, and comes up with her bowl predictions for the postseason. This is Molly's bowl predictions.
Analyzing the latest college football playoff data and expertly breaking down the matchups for the postseason. This is Molly's bold projections.
We have some shakeup, everybody.
Shake it up.
Let's start with the college football playoff. In the first round, the 12-5 matchup will be South Florida as your group of 5 team. And they will be packing their bags and they will be going to Lubbock, Texas to take on the Red Raiders.
Ooh.
Baghdad.
Bulls in Baghdad.
Yeah,
That's exactly right.
it's a good T-shirt.
Bulls in Baghdad.
That is a good t-shirt.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
All right, up next, you have number 11, BYU,
The Mormons.
Cougars.
headed to Athens, Georgia.
Don't get Sataki'd.
You know, one guy did not get Sataki'd.
I'm going to go under in that one.
That's Bill Clark.
Oh, it's like the under.
No,
Bill Clark
No,
did
he
not
did
get
not.
Sataki'd.
He gave a blueprint on how to
Sure did.
beat that team. Some have subscribed, others haven't.
This one's for Bama hater. He'll need to pack his bags because Miami, the number 10 seed, will be going all the way to lovely Eugene, Oregon to take on the Ducks.
Could you go any further?
That's why I like it, because it's complete
I literally don't think you could, unless Hawaii made a playoff.
Yeah.
I mean, do you land somewhere in the Midwest and sleep in a hotel and then continue the flight the next
Yeah.
day?
I say road trip,
See, I agree with Conrad.
Caravan.
Greyhound bus across the country.
Caravan. Gino Toretta leading the caravan.
And so you can make a T-shirt with
Oregon Trail.
Sebastian going up against the Duck. You know,
You could, yeah, Oregon Trail.
Do it old fashioned.
Make
Get
this a teaching
you can
moment.
make it a whole thing.
a horse and buggy. It'll take you about 3 months to get there, but it'll be great.
But it'll be great. Be worth the trip. All right, now last but not least, number 9, Ole Miss. You guys will be going to Notre Dame.
Oh, Lane
Ooh.
under touchdown Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Do some repenting up there.
For what?
Past transgressions.
Okay.
Where's Lane? He's still in the confession.
I mean, you're telling me if they go there that you wouldn't be shocked to hear Lane Kiffin went to the confessional
Coach, it's
before the
game.
game?
Coach, it's game
He
time. Where are you?
100% would do something like that. And then he'd take a picture and post it on Twitter.
Pat. Pat did not like us besmirching his coach.
That's his head coach right there.
It is. All right.
All right, let's move on to the quarterfinals, shall we?
Yes.
All right, in the Fiesta Bowl, We're just going to rename this the Texas Bowl because you're going to have Texas Tech and Texas A&M.
Oh.
I would like to see that.
That's a
I
good
would
one.
love
That would be a lot of
Yes.
fun. That would be a lot of fun.
All right, now in the Peach Bowl.
Guns up and prancing.
That's fancy. You're going to have
loaded?
Indiana and Georgia in the Peach Bowl.
Oh.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
I like that. Make
We're here to
Indiana
see
earn
it.
it.
In the Rose Bowl,
IU wins.
we'll see. In the Rose Bowl, Conrad,
Oh no.
it's going to be Alabama and Oregon.
Oh. Go all the way out there to.
You not want to go to the Rose Bowl?
No. Saw how that went last time, didn't we?
Yeah, been there, done that.
Yeah. Lost to Michigan.
Maybe not this time.
Maybe not.
Would you rather play in the Rose Bowl or Santa Clara?
Santa Clara.
And then in the Sugar Bowl, you're going to have Ohio State against Ole Miss.
I like it.
Acrobatics.
Confession paid off?
No
Did.
repenting.
Yeah.
And
Go
that's
from
why I
South
picked Ole
Bend
Miss
and
to beat
New
Notre
Orleans.
Dame.
Yes.
Quite a difference.
Probably gonna need to go back to South
Gotta go
Bend
back
after
to
this.
South
and
Bend after New
go back
Orleans.
to confession.
See, that is my favorite part about making these bowls is just stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's all about the journey.
it is.
It's just so fun. All right, and then in the Orange Bowl, you're going to have Ohio State and the Aggies. Then you're going to have Alabama and Indiana. And I think that right now, the championship will be a rematch of Ohio State and Alabama.
Yes, Molly.
Any other interesting bowls of note?
Well, of course.
Okay.
Let's start with the Citrus Bowl. What do they say? You can't spell citrus without UT?
UT.
Well, you also can't spell it without USC. So like
Yeah.
UT and Tennessee and Southern California.
I like that.
Works. That works.
And both will have interim head coaches, right?
And it's kind of
That's
a Lane
right.
Kiffin Bowl. Sort of.
Lincoln Riley will be in Gainesville or
That's
Baton
exactly
Rouge.
right. And who knows what Heupel will be doing. All right, in the Gator Bowl, you have Louisville and Vanderbilt. Sorry, I didn't have Vandy in my college football playoff.
Diego gets to go out on a high note.
Yep,
though.
does, yeah.
Vandy's going to want it more.
He'll put up 500 yards in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the ReliaQuest Bowl. We're back to the Smart Kid Bowl. Oh, wait, I have a double matchup. Oh, well. This one's actually Michigan and Oklahoma. I actually wrote Vanderbilt, but I meant Oklahoma.
A rematch.
If there's any team that can play two,
Yeah, exactly.
it's Vanderbilt.
They honestly could.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Pavia would say, yeah, I'll play as many bowl games as you want me to.
let's do it.
Work
And
me
then
out.
this is the inevitable. Any guesses for the Music City Bowl?
Nebraska and who?
Nebraska will take on
Missouri.
Missouri.
That's
exactly right.
Yeah.
I
But
want
then
it to
who would you
happen.
root for?
Well, Nebraska. It's my alma
Oh,
mater.
I didn't know.
she's
But
pretty much
Missouri is
got to.
my
You love
adopted
Missouri.
SEC team
Okay.
since I got
Will
the job.
Missouri be playing with an interim coach?
Will Nebraska?
Don't even.
I
No,
think that- I
because
think that one's
what I
gone.
had envisioned was both of those guys would be up for the same job.
Ah, gotcha.
But would Eli go as someone's offensive coordinator?
Don't
I
even
like
go
it.
there.
I'm excited about bowl season.
I love bowl season.
Thank you, Molly.
Well, do you want the Birmingham Bowl?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Yes,
Give us
yes.
a Birmingham Bowl.
Well, I have Troy and Eastern Carolina.
Oh, Rob Pate to be a fan of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I like both. I was hoping that there would be a
SEC team?
North Carolina in there.
Oh.
I don't think they're going to win.
Because
don't
that
think
was
they
a
are either.
possibility, right?
I did think
Before.
about North Carolina.
It was Jordan showing up in Birmingham.
We had
There at
discussed it.
Uptown.
No, that would be phenomenal.
We have to get her on for an interview.
Oh, we have to.
But we can only talk about P-Town. And I'll wear my shirt. It'll be great.
I want to talk about the museum that is upstairs of your mother's store. When did she get into concrete construction?
Thank you, Molly. Coming
Thank
up
you.
next, Rob Pate, former Auburn DB. He'll give us his thoughts on who's next for the Auburn head coaching job. That's next on 3 Man Front. Auburn's got the weekend off before Mercer comes to town, and then they wrap up with the Iron Bowl against Alabama coming up in a couple of weeks. An overtime loss over the weekend to the Vanderbilt Commodores. The coaching search rolls on down on the Plains. So joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline, former Auburn DB, Entrepreneur of the Year in Lee County, just an overall great guy. He's also a grandfather and a doctor. Man, what else do I need to read off my list? Rob Pate joins us on Three Man Front. Hey, Rob.
Hey, guys. How are y'all?
We're doing great. How's the coaching search coming along? Have you given Mr. Cohen some ideas of where he needs to go? Yeah.
No vetting, man. It's a one-man show, and that's what the athletic director gets paid the big dollars for. So, and that's what Conrad and I were just talking about. I mean, he seems like he's got a game plan, and that he's going through his list and checking it twice. So, honestly, I feel like just about every candidate that I've seen, for the most part, minus, I saw PJ Fleck's name get thrown out there. I saw Clark Lee's name get thrown out there. I think those are probably the least likable from an Auburn standpoint. But, just about everybody that his name's being tossed about, I think would be a tremendous upgrade for game day coaching and getting these guys in position to be successful on Saturdays.
What characteristics do you think, because you know better than anybody, you live there, you're in the culture, but you also played there, but what kind of personality do you think is a really good fit at Auburn, especially right now?
I don't think people really care as much about the personality. The fans, I'll say. Now, the people that actually write the checks, maybe they do want somebody that they can go out on the golf course with, or have in the clubhouse, or I don't know. I don't know what all their things are that they want off on that box. But I think that the vast majority of people that are buying the product, that are buying the tickets and filling the stadium, and they just want somebody that acts like they want to be there, that acts like he wants to recruit his butt off, that acts like that he's got a game plan, and we don't look inept when we step out on the field. You take talent and you put it in position to make plays, whatever that looks like. I think that was probably likely DJ Durkin's biggest negative when all this came out, was that maybe he's too hard, maybe he's too rough around the edges, maybe he's not likable off the field. And to all that stuff, I'm like, who cares? I mean, can he win? Can he put a great product out on the field? Can he recruit? Is he going to back down to other programs? I mean, is he going to show up with a game ready plan that that he can make adjustments to? And I think he's shown that he can do most all those things, but a lot of those guys have. And so the whole fit deal is, can you win football games, and can you recruit at a high level? And are you not tied to a system that if you have to make some changes, if you have to be able to make adjustments, can you do it? And I think most of these guys, the answer would be yes.
Rob, how bewildering was it watching that game on Saturday, seeing the offense perform at the level that it performed, and not seeing that all season long with Hugh Freeze in charge?
It was crazy. I mean, it was so refreshing just to see Auburn, have success through the air, for it not to feel like pulling teeth to complete a pass or take shots vertically, to attack the middle of the field, to get the ball into the hands of playmakers. I mean, just the most simplistic, basic, fundamental things that you try to do in rec ball in Pee Wee football. I mean, just get the ball down the field, but get the ball in the hands of your best players. And we just could not do it, or would not do it. And, so for those guys to, have gotten that done, I tip my hat to them. And I thought the players on the offensive side of the ball executed it perfectly. The negative was that when the offense finally gets it going, the defense, can't hold up their end this time. And that's just kind of been life as an Auburn Tiger fan. When you have high expectations and they go unmet, you hope the offense is going to explode, and they can't, and the defense is playing lights out, and then the offense, finally gets it together for a Saturday, and the defense disappears. So, We're the best. I heard the guy, I don't remember his name, but he's a Mississippi State guy on social media that's all over the place. The one that they're blaming for losing because he celebrated too early recently in their game. I want to say that was against Tennessee. Maybe it was Texas. And anyways, he said something about Auburn the other day that resonated. He was like, they're the best, worst team I've ever seen. And they can play with everybody, but continue to find ways to beat ourselves. And, that's disheartening this year. And for such a talented roster, man, there's so much promise with what's out there. But the culture of just not finding and knowing how to put games away, make the play when it has to be made, we just don't have it right now. And that's the thing that the new coach has to be able to press the button and find answers to.
How long ago did the rumblings start with people, either Letterman, former Letterman, people there in the community about what Hugh Freeze was or wasn't doing in fulfilling his responsibilities as the head coach?
Honestly, I don't remember there being a ton of conversation internally, at least not with Letterman. We're so not involved as far as rarely at practices, and at least for myself. I mean, we're not there every day, and I talk to a lot of players that are in town, and I never got the sense that they felt like that they were at a disadvantage or that they felt like that the system wasn't working. I remember specifically talking to Cam Coleman before the season and asking if he felt like there was going to be any problems getting the ball to him. He didn't think there would be. And yet there were. And so, I don't know if it truly was just a breakdown on game days where Coach Freeze wasn't participating in some of the internal meetings, and then he just took over on game day, and it became such a negative situation, or what the actual major issues were. But I don't recall many. I think the question of just perception of do you really act like and look like you want to do this job? I think that's been a question mark, and that's mainly from his demeanor on the sideline, Coach Freeze, and for the amount of time that he was off the field doing things out in the community, which I don't think people would care if you had a product that was a winning product. But when you're losing and looking very poorly at the position grouping that you coach and the side of the ball that you coach, then there's going to be a lot of blame to take. And so, that just got to be too much to take because it became such a consistent issue.
How much differently do you look at the Iron Bowl? We knew it was going to be competitive. We know it'll be a crazy environment, Jordan, here in 2 Saturdays from now. But how much differently do you look at it now with DJ Durkin at the helm and what you just saw versus Vanderbilt, albeit in a loss?
I think that you look at it with more optimism. I don't think any of these teams in the conference have shown that they're just light years ahead of, even the worst teams in this conference. I mean, there's such a fine line between who's playing for Atlanta and who's not going to go to a bowl game. And most of it is just how do you operate in the pressure situations and who makes the big play. And teams like Alabama have made big plays when they needed to, and teams like Auburn haven't. But having an offense that can put points on the board and a defense that can stop the run, it gives us a shot in every game.
All right, we're 2 weeks away probably from when John Cohen wants to make the announcement of the new head coach. Just your gut feeling, do you want to share who you think it could be?
Just my gut feeling is it'll be John Sumrall. I think that's probably the guy, but if it's some of these others, I'm all for it, and I think DJ Durkin's going to have the final say with how he swings going down here.
Good stuff, Rob. We always appreciate the time. Thank you. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next Thursday.
You too, guys. War Eagle.
Rob Pate. Well, he had plenty to say. We'll discuss coming up in the next hour. Brett Norsworthy, can he stay on fire with his I Ain't Scared bold predictions?